When life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. But all jokes aside, in all seriousness, if you don't have what you want, you have to create it. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there is no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, then that means it's not aligned, which means it is not for you, so don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. For today's video, we're going to talk about how if you don't have the things that you want in life, you have to be willing to create them, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and just certain things that you should be aware of. And if you see me looking over, I have my notes right here so we can stay on topic. So starting off with the first disclaimer, starting off with the introduction and the topic of today's video. When life gives you lemons, you have to make lemonade. And if you don't like lemonade, you can drink unsweetened lemonade or you can drink water. Okay, let me know, do you like limonada? Do you like lemonade? If you do, what's your favorite flavor? Or you like strawberry lemonade, peach lemonade, or pink lemonade? But anyways, speaking from experience, what has helped me along my healing journey was to accept the fact that sometimes you may not have all the finances in the world. You may not have all the resources. You may not even have access to transportation or knowledge. That cannot stop you from going after things that you want. Most people who are successful, when they came from nothing, when they started from the bottom, now they're here, were able to adapt to their environment with the resources that they have. So yes, you might feel as though, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Been there, done that. But what you do have is YouTube. You have more than enough. If you're seeing this video and it's on your browser feed, on your history, I don't know if you can hear that clacking noise. You have more than enough. You have the search engine. So there's no way for you in 2026, or let me know when you're watching this, for you to say, well, Ty, I don't have the resources, because you're on the internet. You are either on a cell phone, a TV, a computer, or another device. And if you want to know how I know, because when I check my analytics to see who's watching my videos, for those of you who have your notifications on, thank you for always subscribing. That's where the source is coming from. You have the internet. You have no excuse. You have to be willing to apply yourself if you don't have everything figured out. That's just going to be the first disclaimer. The second disclaimer is knowing that if you want something, you can't complain about it. Yes, it's not fair that you may not have $5 trillion billion to start the business. Yes, you may not have a car to get to and from work and you have to walk, or maybe you have to ride a bike. Yes, it's not fair that people have community and they have support and you have to build things brick by brick. Me too, girl. Me too, boy. Me too, they, she, we, LGQ2, 1, 2, 3. Life is not fair for everybody, but instead of worrying about how life's not fair and being upset and complaining about what we don't have, why don't we change our mindset and figure out what we do have? Because focusing on what you lost or what you don't have control over does not change where you are. And if anything, it's going to continue to make you self-sabotage. And that's the third disclaimer. You have to learn how to control your emotions. Just because you feel some type of way doesn't mean that your feelings always have to be permanent or that it's final. Yes, you may be upset that you have to walk to work. Look at it like this. As long as you're able to have some resource, which you do, like I said, because you're on YouTube watching this video, you have more than enough. And that's going to lead us into the fourth and final disclaimer before I get into the recommendations. Stop comparing yourself to people. A lot of you are comparing yourself to people. Let's be for real. Let's call it a spade for what it is. You can't sit here and complain about you having to walk to work when you don't have a car or when you don't have anybody who can help you invest into transportation. You may have to take public transportation. Like, you cannot be embarrassed or ashamed about you having to do certain things if that's your reality. Not everybody has the same 24 hours in life. Not everyone has access to finances. Not everyone has access to education. Not everyone has access to community and support. Not everybody is raised the same way. But you know what? People who you're comparing yourself to may have less or more and they're still able to do what they do. It doesn't help you. So if you're not going to look at people as inspiration and consider them to be admirable, comparing yourself or worrying about what other people are doing or how people are going to judge you or how people are going to talk to you doesn't change where you are, and it doesn't do anything for you. And it's like, before I get to the recommendations, why should you even be concerned? Before I started posting this is my second YouTube account when it comes to mental health. I, at the time, did not have millions and trillions of dollars to invest into this brand. I had to use the resources that I had I had to use the equipment that I had. And over time, I was able to invest into it. I never felt embarrassed. I never felt ashamed. That's what I had. Before I was able to purchase cars or to live in certain environments, I had to walk to work. I never felt embarrassed. I never felt ashamed before I became an entrepreneur. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at Foot Locker. I was a host. I wore a Chuck E. suit at Chuck E. Cheese when I was a host when I was in high school, junior high school. Never felt embarrassed or ashamed. Why? Because one, the people around me didn't live the life that I live, and two, when you see people don't go through the same things as you, once again, where's the correlation? Why would you emotionally feel attached to people and places and things who don't do anything for you other than judge you and talk about you? And who cares? It's never been cool to talk down on people for making an attempt to do things when you're on the sideline. Every single person, I'm telling you, who's going to have something negative to say about you is negative naturally. So it's like you already won. So now, getting into the recommendations. Number one, you're going to have to work on your attitude. This doesn't mean that you're not going to feel frustrated. This doesn't mean that you may not feel angry. This doesn't mean that you feel like you are overwhelmed, because you are going to feel that way. But what I realized, what has helped me along my healing journey, was to use all that energy, all that pain, all that suffering, and turn it up a notch. That needs to be your fuel and motivation. Like me personally, I do have a point to prove. Not to flex on anybody because I'm enough, but for myself. When you have a point to prove for yourself, when you know you deserve better, when you know you went through certain things that you did not deserve, or you know you went through things and you gave it your all, why would you not want to receive the benefits? Why would you not want to celebrate yourself? Why would you not want to continue to show up for yourself? Especially if you know you've had people try to make things harder for you, or you've just gone through a significant amount of trials and tribulations. Like, it's no way, because if you didn't know, you're built for it. A lot of times we don't understand. We are already built to be the people that we want to be. It's just you have to take the step. And once you realize how big you are, how big of a program you really are, you will start moving like it. And you won't worry about how people feel or making other people comfortable. F those people, and that's going to be a different topic within itself. But you're going to have to learn how to regulate your emotions. If you want a video on that, type the word emotions, or let me know what you do when you feel frustrated and overwhelmed, and how you use that energy to motivate you. The second recommendation is knowing when to work and when to rest. I'm not telling you to be a workaholic. The reason why I sit here and post the way I post is because, like I said, I'm a boss. I'm a big hitter. I'm a big stepper. I could take a heavy step. I could take a heavy hit. I could get hit. Boom. But I'm going to get back up again. You know why? Because it's in me. That's who I am. I have my moments, though, where I rest. For the month of June, I've been posting. After these couple of videos, I have my moments to rest. There's a time and a place. Like, there's a time when you go to work, you give it your all. There's a time when you go to sleep. No phone, no distraction, no noise. There's a time for you to go out and have fun. Go to an amusement park, go shopping, go to the aquarium, go to the library. There's a time for you to read so you can learn, so therefore we can think, okay? And there's a time for you to be with your loved ones, hang out with your family members, hang out with, I don't know, whoever you hang out with. You don't always have to give so much energy and so much undivided attention into things that are not pouring into you. So stop overextending yourself, stop overworking yourself, and make sure you come up with a schedule and a plan that you can stick to where it's not overwhelming and it's not draining. But just know, if you're like me and you're a big stepper, you're a big hitter, if you set high goals and high standard, make sure you could fulfill them. Because if not, that's when it becomes, oh, this is so hard, this is so difficult. And once again, I don't like those words. I don't like anybody who says it's going to be hard and difficult, because if it's hard and difficult, you don't have to do it. Everything in life is about choices and options, okay? So number 3, when it comes to you creating the life that you want, it's so important that you do take some time to yourself and you're able to come up with a plan. If you're not physically writing it down, you need to be able to sit with people. You need to go on YouTube on social media, to the library, and you need to create a vision board. I want you to create a vision board physically or on your notes or on a notebook, but you need to be able to bring the idea into life, so therefore you know in what order, in what steps, and how to go about it. You need a plan. You need a sense of direction. You cannot create something if you don't have a plan. It's one thing to say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm speaking from experience. What I realized was, it wasn't that I was not capable. It's not even the times that you're not capable. It's just, what do you need to do to make this a reality? So many people in life are like, oh, just be delusional, be delusional. I don't believe in being delusional because people don't know what that word means, because people don't be reading for real. You don't need to be delusional when you can just have a sense of knowing. When you have faith. Faith is stronger than delusion, because you know as well as what you need to do. What's the action? So the fifth, was that the fourth? 1, 2, 3. No, I think that was the fourth or fifth recommendation. I'm just gonna end off the videos too. Let me know what number I'm on. Your homework assignment though is to work on your emotions and to figure out your plan though. But the fourth and fifth final recommendation, because obviously I have things that I need to do too, is knowing that because your life is uniquely designed for you, you have to stop worrying about other people and places and things that you're gonna outgrow. If people are not contributing into your life and your success, you need to leave them where they are. Let people say what they want to say about you. Let people judge you. Like, so many people have talked so much stuff about me. None of these people are in my life right now, and most importantly, none of them were people on my vision board. None of them were people I looked up to. None of them live a life that I want to live. None of them look like who I want to look like. None of them smell like how I want to. None of them do the things I want to do. So it's like, you don't have to listen to people who you don't want to be like. You don't have to surround yourself with people who you're not inspired by with. You have to create the life that you want to do. Like, what you do doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you, because it's your life. Other people don't do what you do on a regular basis. Like, there are a lot of people that I've outgrown. They wanted to live this traditional 9-to-5 route and do boring stuff every single. It's not my tea, and that's okay. And vice versa. What I do, they can't do. So it's just like, find your lane, find your niche or whatever it is that you're interested in, work towards it, and take your time. Like, stop rushing, stop comparing yourself, and stop thinking that you need to have everything figured out. Like, if you don't even know what you want, you're not going to be able to move forward. So things are not difficult, things are not challenging, things are not even hard, and it's not even the fact that life isn't fair. Are you willing to be the person you need to be? Because in order for you to make something out of nothing, it takes a specific type of person. And my content is not for everybody, but you're watching this. You're somebody. I'm somebody. And I'm not somebody because somebody else said I was. I'm somebody because I know who I am. And I have a name, and you have a name. So let me know your name in the comment section, what you thought, what you working towards, what you need help with. If you need a more intimate setting, make sure you click the link in my description and book your service or session. If not, all my other social medias is in the platform. Follow me there. But if you want me to talk about this in real time on Instagram, on TikTok, drop the word live. But if not, you're loved. I love you. You're not alone. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.